What if I told you that there were shops online making $10,000 to $20,000 a month selling products that they've never even touched? I'm talking about the business model that I use to make well over $10,000 a month in profit called print on demand. See, the reality is 50% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, and 60% of businesses aren't even profitable. Today, I'm going to show you how I used the correct business model in the correct environment to stack the odds in my favor, giving me the best chance of growing a business that can actually make $10K a month. I'm going to show you why this is one of the easiest and best beginner business models, regardless of your background or what your skills are or how much money you have in the bank. It's basic dropshipping without the bad shipping times or the one product stores. You pick from a vast catalog of white label products, which are basically just blank products that a design can be printed on, upload a design that you've made or bought to that product, and then post it for sale somewhere online. When a sale comes in for that product, it will be printed and shipped off directly to your customer. I'm going to break down the 3 elements behind this business, show you why it's easy to execute, and the best path to $10,000 a month. Now, I have to set your expectations before I dive any deeper. Any business that you want to start, or anything meaningful that you want to do in your life, is going to require persistence. It's not going to just trip and fall into your lap. It's not only about choosing an easy, beginner-friendly business model, it's about choosing and doing something that actually yields results. Now, the very first step to this business is to make or buy a design that can be printed on your product. With all of the options available to us now, you do not have to be a professional designer to make this business work. With the rise of AI, it's never been easier for people to come up with ideas and generate designs. Getting designs has always been a sticking point in this business for a lot of people because they think the fact that they're not a professional designer is going to negatively impact their success. They think that they're not creative or they need to learn some difficult design skill, and I'm living proof that that's not true. Some of the designs that I thought were terrible ended up being bestsellers. This is the case for a lot of sellers as well. Look at this design. It's simple, made with a free font, and you could put something like this together right inside of Printify without any extra design tools. It's made over $7,000 alone, and this isn't just a one-off fluke. There are hundreds of stores selling the exact same style of design, and I can confidently say that most people could probably put this together. Even if you're starting completely for free, AI makes designing much easier. ChatGPT can come up with funny sayings for your designs, or niche interest groups that you can target with those designs. Paid AI tools like Midjourney only cost about $10 a month, and you can use them to make entire designs for your products. I've made videos on those topics already, but whether you're starting for free or you're a professional designer already, you can absolutely reach $10,000 a month without being a professional or even that good of a graphic designer. Don't get me wrong, you still do have to learn how to put the designs together and put them on a product, but looking at some of these sample listings tell me that you don't think you can make something similar. With print on demand, there's no shifting through millions of products to find one that you think might pop off. Instead, you're able to take a category of products like mugs and create an entire store based around that product. Then you can target tons of different interest groups like people that like baseball, flowers, skydiving, or coding. You could target people moving to Colorado and every other state in the US. This actually works and generates real income. When I learned that I could use the product to target multiple niches, that's when my income really started to take off. If you're worried about the initial time investment, this is less passive, but instead of making pre-made products, you could focus on custom products instead. You can make a listing like this one, where someone can just request some text on their mug, and you just have to type it out and fulfill their order. Apply a little bit more effort, and you could do something like this shop, where they're selling these custom pet portraits and making $30 to $90 in profit each order. Step 2 is the most important step, and it's to be able to take that product and sell it somewhere online. I think this is the one thing that you actually need to pay attention to in order to see life-changing results with this business. The process is extremely simple and can be started completely for free if you start on Etsy. You take the design that you made and put it on a mock-up to make it look nicer. This helps the customer imagine having the product for themselves. The default mock-ups do an awful job at this. The shops that are earning multiple 6 figures in profit each year have figured out that certain mock-ups convert better than others. They just recognize the pattern and repeat it. Once your product is posted online, it's common practice to pay for advertising to boost it in search. The problem is that this can be pricey, especially if you don't have a budget of a few $100s to test out ads. The environment is what makes print on demand so easy for beginners. If I wanted to learn how to do a backflip, I'd rather practice on a padded floor instead of on concrete. There's much lower risk in a practice-friendly environment. Several years ago, when I was first trying AliExpress dropshipping, before I ever got into print on demand, I almost quit dropshipping permanently because I ran completely out of money 3 different times. When I started again, this time with print on demand, I only had a couple $100s to my name. So I had to figure out how to sell my products online without running out of money. To remedy some of the largest costs, which are web hosting and advertising, I switched my approach to starting on marketplaces. eBay and Etsy are marketplaces that allow you to post product listings that can be seen by their hundreds of millions of monthly visitors. They drive the traffic and let people like you and me post products for sale. You can start off completely free with 40 free product listings using my link below, and after that, it's only 20 cents per listing. Since you'll only pay for the product on Printify after someone has ordered it, the marketplace can act as sort of a playground where you can post your 40 products for sale and hopefully get some momentum going. Those 40 product listings will self-market themselves for 4 months until they expire with 0 financial risk. This is how I got my snowball rolling, because one sale allowed me to post a lot more similar products to what had just sold. Successful shops like this one don't pay for ads. They rely on SEO and the search engine to drive all of their traffic. Allura estimates that over the last 3 years, they've done over $3 million in sales. On marketplaces like eBay and Etsy, they drive the traffic, so we don't have to worry about paying for advertising. You just need a design that's passable. And then to get that product to sell, you just need good images, title, and tags. And those are the biggest needle movers in actually getting your product to sell. I know that it sounds too basic to work, but it really comes down to those 3 things to get your products to sell. Any $1 million shop you look at has figured out those 3 things. Now, the third step is to do more of what's already working and scale your business. Scaling your business is basically about making more iterations of products that have already sold. Not only could you start completely for free on Etsy, but as you start to get some sales, you're also building up a list of past customers who have bought products from you. With the income that you're making, you can take that list of customer data and plug it into an ad software and use those targeted ads to drive traffic to a personal website that might have a higher income ceiling than an Etsy shop does. Again, this is a safer environment because the income that you're running ads with is self-generated by the business. If you're capturing email addresses with Allura or growing a free social media following, you'll have more free traffic than you'll know what to do with. But even scaling aside, you can get to $10,000 a month on eBay or Etsy alone. It just requires you to put in the effort. It was my dream to build a business similar to what Tim Ferriss talks about in the 4-Hour Workweek, and that's exactly what I've been able to do. No matter how big I scale this business, I still only have to put in the same amount of work each day, and that could be as little as just an hour. Everything runs on autopilot, whether you make $1,000 or $30,000 a month. This is a super underrated aspect of the business that's hard to imagine for yourself when you're first starting out. I can travel, work on other projects, or take a day off whenever I want, and I still only have to put in about an hour a day. Now, it obviously takes a lot more time than that to grow the business, but it's completely paid off. I have the privacy of not needing a personal brand, the automation that's almost passive income every single day, and the location freedom to work from wherever in the world I want to. If you continue to post listings every single day and continue to get better at mock-up images, titles, and tags, I can't put a number on it, but I can almost guarantee that you'll start to make some kind of income online. And if you take it seriously enough, I have no doubt that you can reach $10,000 a month like I was able to do after about 6 months of trying. When you look at other business options like SMMA, you'll consistently need to be getting new clients and fulfilling past client needs. And to me, that's just not the 4-hour workweek life that I wanted to build, at least not until you're able to hire everything out. Something like day trading, the stock market, or crypto can be profitable for some people, but from what I've seen, it's extremely difficult to make money consistently. And with the taxes you'll be paying on it, you have to profit pretty much double what you'd have to profit from a business to take home the same amount of money. I'd rather use income from a business that I created to fund my trading account, but that's just me. Affiliate marketing is something I've been getting into more and more, especially now that I'm deep in it with YouTube, but without a large following or a lot of eyeballs, it doesn't generate much money at all. Dropshipping has allowed me the time and money to grow the YouTube channel, which has allowed me to do affiliate marketing. I wouldn't have been able to do that before. Traditional dropshipping is still a good viable business model, but it does require a lot of money and time to get going. I think it's a much smarter move to start print on demand on eBay or Etsy and then scale into Shopify later once you have the income. Print on demand on Etsy might not make you millions of dollars, but it can absolutely get you to $10,000 a month. And now I make much more than $10K per month, but that has allowed me to buy back my time to focus on other things that I like a little bit more than dropshipping. Regardless of which business you actually decide to move forward with, there's one thing that all of these businesses have in common with one another, and that's that they all require persistence. If you don't see your work pay off right away, which is extremely common, you have to do the uncommon thing, which is to keep going despite your lack of results. You have to keep trying until you get the result that you want. I did absolutely everything in my power to grow an over $10,000 income online, and that's exactly what happened, and it far exceeded my expectations.